Every year or so, teachers have to review their contracts with the district.
They must agree with these terms, and if they decide to deviate from their contracts, they must waive it with a 2/3 majority vote.
This contract affects our schedule. So far, we've had experience with the block schedule for the past 5 years.
This year, the teachers decided to vote for a 1 through 6 schedule every day for next year.
This is Felicity Uriarty Jones,
And I'm Julia Rossetti.
and we'll be investigating how this schedule will affect students next year. So, as you've been informed, we're going to have a new schedule for next year. It's 1 through 6 every day, and no days are on Tuesday. How do you feel about that?
I do not like it at all because that's going to be more homework, more stress, more just a lot. And then why would we have a minimum day? Then we're going to get out extra early, like 11, when I can be getting more education that I need. And we already get out at 2:10, so that's too early. And then 1 through 6, no, I like the schedule we have now. So if I need to finish homework or if I need more time on homework, I can finish it, or I have another day or extra day. Now I'm just going to have to turn in homework. No, I do not like it.
And you're part of the drama class. How is that going to affect you in drama?
I think it's not going to really affect me because I like drama. So it's just going to be more drama.
And in your drama class, okay, what do you do on like 1 hour periods versus the block day, which is the 2 hour period?
On the 1 hour period, we don't really have that much time to cover everything. And then on the block period, we have more time to talk about stuff and get to know each other more. And it's just more time that we get to do the activities that we need to do.
I feel like we wouldn't have time to do as much work as we do now, because in our AP classes we do a lot of work, and the block schedules help us finish them. So the 1 through 6 schedule will probably shorten up what we're doing, and we wouldn't learn as much as we do now.
And you're a junior, so you've experienced, this is going to be the third new schedule we're having in our time in high school. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I'm just used to classes changing now, so not much time. Nothing we can do about it.
Well, I feel like it's going to affect us because we won't have much time to practice for our concerts nor get ready for anything else that we have coming up, like planning all of the trips that they want. When we first came over here and did instruments, everybody had trouble just putting their instruments together. So I believe it's going to be harder, except for all the people who've actually played before. Well, I actually like the schedule we have this year. I feel like it gives us enough for each, so enough to get ahead of what we need and enough to have like what we have now. So I think it's pretty fair, this schedule.
I'd rather not have block days because it's hard to focus in them. I think with the kids that are in band, they're capable of learning it without the 2 hour period.
Being ASB, how do you think that's going to affect you?
With only the 1 hour block period, I feel like with our planning and our business meetings especially, we're going to have to rush through them and not everything's going to be at our best. Versus the 2 hour block period we have now, we have a little bit more time to make like posters ready or get more planning done, or with our business meetings we can be more thorough. But with the 1 hour, I feel like we're going to make a little bit more, not necessarily mistakes, but we're going to miss a few things or forget to do this. Or I honestly would prefer the 2 hour block periods 4 times a week with a study hall, because for all of us kids who take multiple AP classes, we're going to need that extra time to study and get all of our other stuff done, where the 1 through 6, I feel like we're going to get a lot more homework and a lot more stuff is going to be required on us more than help with the teacher. I definitely feel like since it's the students who's going to affect, the students should have had the vote. 1 through 6, I especially, again, if we don't have lockers and we have to carry all these books, or if we have sports and we carry all these bags, 1 through 6, I just don't think it's a good idea.
Well, I think it's easier for 1 through 6 every day, because I know I'll get used to all my classes, going from this class to that class. I think it will be a good help for any of my classes, any of my extracurricular classes.
It would be a boring week, one after another, because it's like 1 through 6 every day. Teachers will probably complain that there's not enough time to teach or do labs for science departments and stuff. 50 minutes may seem long, but it's not, because now our schedule this year is we have one class for 1 through 5, so it's like a 2 hour period. That's not long, but it is long for teachers to get in what they need to, say put an extra hour effort into it. So yeah, I like it, because as a student, you would always want less work.
And being in this chemistry class, you guys do labs, right? So how do you think that's going to affect doing labs without that block day?
I don't like being in there, to be honest.
What about getting homework every day?
I do my homework all the time.
And it's the new schedule. I think it'd be better so we don't have to do it like block and stay in class for 2 hours, because then kids like kind of lose attention and get bored.
I don't particularly like it because it's going to be harder for comprehension. It's going to be harder to learn everything in like 50 minutes or so. If you're taking history, you need you need a block period to understand all that. You need time for tests. You need time for things such as that. So, because I was never a fan of the schedule change, really. So when I heard about it, I was like, really? So it's going to take some time to adjust.
I honestly feel like it's unfair for us to have that schedule because we didn't get to choose. None of the students had a say in it. And some teachers went along with what the students mainly wanted, but what we wanted was to have like a schedule that had, a study hall. So we could that could be the time where all the clubs meet. We could gather for like Apex and work on improving our grades more. But instead we just got a schedule that's 1 through 6 every day and only some days minimum. I like the minimum day idea because it gives us less stress to worry about. Overall, I don't really like it for next year. That's not enough time to get pictures, write a story.
We barely get anything done in those periods, and the 2 hours, they offer a little bit more time, but I mean, usually I have to stay after school to do more. So if limiting the time for especially Mesa class like next year is just gonna be hard to especially complete our projects on time.
This is how the schedule will look for next year. Instead of having a 57-minute schedule like we do now, there will be 59 minutes. Our lunch will be reduced from 33 minutes to 30. We will be getting out of school 4 minutes later, and we will start at the same time. So, as you can see, the schedule for next year is causing mixed reactions among students and teachers. But how will the teachers adapt to this schedule? Click on the annotation to watch how teachers have adjusted to a traditional 1 through 6 day.